My name is Christine, and I am developing the franchise TAKESAN in France. So I have background in import, export, F&B, wholesale, and retail. So we wanted to bring an authentic Japanese concept into France, which led us to this exciting journey of launching TAKESAN in Paris. And it has been more than half a year since I started the franchise TAKESAN in Paris. And I think it's a very fulfilling experience because it's been wonderful to see how all these authentic ingredients that we use in takesan and the traditional techniques have resonated very well with the French customers. In general, we have very good feedback from the French customers. And I find takesan is very different from other ramen business due to its very unique concept of having a long history with the miso, but also serving it in the donabe, which you cannot find anywhere in France. So that has been very interesting for our customers to explore. But I think what is really interesting for us as a franchise owner is that, first of all, I think Takesan, compared to the other food businesses that we own, it's easier to manage because, for example, we don't have to import too many products. And all the products that we need to import are usually fermented products. And these products have very long expiry dates, which makes very easy to control the inventory compared to our other food businesses, because usually food, you have very short expiration dates. And also because it doesn't have a large menu, it's not like a restaurant where you have so many food products. You just have 6 kind of ramen. It's easier for the kitchen to manage as well. So I think overall, we've been quite happy because as food business owners, we always find a lot of challenges with the food industry, and Takesan has been relatively and surprisingly easier to manage than our other businesses. So our future plans for Takesan is definitely our immediate focus is to emphasize on refining and perfecting the Takesan experience in Paris, but we are already looking forward to expansion. So we are exploring a possibility of opening more locations across France and perhaps even Europe, especially in cities that we find has a growing appreciation for Japanese cuisine. So we are starting already to look at locations in Paris. So our second store will definitely still be in Paris, but we're starting also to look at other cities. So what value does a franchise create for entrepreneurs? I think franchising offers entrepreneurs the opportunity to leverage on an established brand and an established operational model, which of course helps to reduce the risk of starting a new business from scratch. And it allows them to focus on managing the business while benefiting from the expertise and support of a franchisor. So whenever you have like problems or questions, there's always someone to help you solve it instead of like you trying to find a solution from scratch. And for someone to want to grow or start a business, I think franchising will give you a proven model because you know that it's already working in other countries. It will give you some sort of brand recognition because it's already known in other countries. And definitely the training will help so much because you don't have to create everything from scratch. Someone will be there to train you. So I think it's easier to succeed. It's like a partnership for long term. And it also is different from like a original business because I think that is the slightly the disadvantage where you will find that there's not as much entrepreneurial freedom. So because it's not a brand that you create yourself, you cannot input so much of your personal preferences in it, or you cannot change the brand. But I think that is very important for someone who is considering to join a franchise to understand that you cannot just input your personal preferences into a brand that you do not own, because that will hurt the brand. In fact, because as a brand that's established in other countries, and if they have franchisees in other countries, and if you change the values of the brand due to your personal preferences, it will compromise the consistency of a brand. So understand that if you are joining a franchise, you are joining a team and you're a team member of the franchise. So you have to respect the brand in order for all the franchisees to succeed together. And I think that's very important because for anyone that's considering to join a franchise, you have to have the mindset that you are joining a team and you shouldn't just input or change the brand due to your personal preferences. And I think entrepreneurs in developing countries can certainly learn from the precision and dedication of Japanese brands, because Japanese franchisees and brands, I think it's very famous for that. They always have very precise methods, and they are very detailed oriented. And these traits are universal and can be successfully applied to any market. So I think that's the advantage of joining a Japanese franchise, because you will have more of the detail-oriented part that's already done for you and will help you succeed. And I think Assentia Holdings have been a great help for us, because when we went to Japan, we don't have a strong network in Japan, but Assentia Holdings have a strong network. So they are able to bring us to look at many brands, explaining to us a lot of critical information like the numbers, like advantages, disadvantages of each brands, in order for us to make a very sound decision. So I'm very helpful for that. And I think Assentia Holdings is a very important bridge between Japan and the Western country, due to their very strong network. Yeah. Thank you.